So I was actually to speak to you all about gender based. So maybe from the start, I may want to ask you, what do you understand by gender based violence? That's gender based violence. What comes to your mind? What is it? Do we have anyone who understands, or we have an idea of what we mean when we say gender-based violence? What comes to your mind?
From school, we said it's either physical, emotional, or mental abuse by maybe the opposite sex. It could be a man abusing a woman, or it could be a woman being abused by a man. That's what I still know.
So yes, that is the correct definition. So according to the UNHCR, gender-based violence refers to harmful acts directed at an individual based on their gender. It is rooted in gender inequality, the abuse of power, and harmful norms. Gender-based violence is a serious violation of human rights and a life-threatening health and protection issue. In other words, gender-based violence reflects the idea that violence often serves to maintain a structural gender inequalities, that includes the victimization of women, girls, men, boys, adolescents, LGBTQ community, and other gender non-conforming people. GBV is largely male pattern violence and influences or is influenced by gender relations. What we are saying is, most of the times when GBV happens, it is actually another person who has got maybe much power on the other person, and they want to maintain that pattern. They want to maintain that pattern of gender inequality. They want to make the other person be subservient to them, and it's to tell a sort of like my power relations. And it's an example in a relationship, and it's there's a man and a woman, and it's there's a girl and a boy, and according to Makudzi wakaitwa vakomana, and they know go baba is the bigger person in a relationship. So maybe to try and control the other person, this one is who is supposed to be the weaker person. Anotaka kuita ma-action, and it's that power inequality, irambe ilipo. And do you understand what I'm trying to say? And so in it, I'm actually very much interested because of the rate. YeMwanasikana, yabantu violated, and especially in relationships. So the terms later result in physical harm, in emotional harm, in sexual or mental harm, and include the threats, coercion, deprivation of liberty, whether in public or private life. No person will take gender-based violence when they suffer totalities. And where you confused from what's about it, is this really happening to me? Maybe I should see issue. Most of the times my victims come and say, gender-based violence. I don't know if they realize that this is happening to me. And I should go forward. I'm just one later when she has lost herself or when they have lost themselves in the abuse. This is what was really happening to me. Currently, I was being abused tonight because sometimes my perpetrators in gender-based violence, they are very subtle. Because they try to manipulate mind so that you all see this is happening to me. So we have got my teams have shined this far in our work with gender-based violence, on gender-based violence. Survivor is a survivor of violence. This term refers to a person who has experienced gender-based violence. it is more preferred to victim because survivor it reflects resilience and it. So Masekos, when you're saying vakaita social work, that you don't refer to a person to go through gender-based violence as a victim, but as a survivor. Consent. What is consent? Especially Pascal, what do we mean by consent? Karachiti consent, it means a permission and that you give to the other person. Let's do this. And this is Karachita programs with the young women who are under the age of 18. To end up my parents out and so that we go with them to public speaking. So I say it's a consent form, not that the parent is agreed for their child to go with us as an organization. And so we want to talk about power dynamics when you're in a relationship. And let me be blunt about this. Lot of relationship because this is where but I want to sleep with you, and no, but she will be actually saying yes, and but consent, if you're saying no, it actually means no. Do we agree, Vaskana?
Yes.
Cannot you actually say no when you mean yes? And so the belief you are not able to let's do this and you say no. In it, forcing you because he believes that because you are actually saying yes. So no means no, and yes means yes. And consent must be freely given. It cannot be provided by someone who is under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or by someone who is underage. What are we saying? A person who is 15 years and below cannot give consent. And even if she says yes, let's have sex, but you are saying she's underage, she cannot give consent. And that person is actually not consented. So we are saying also consent cannot be given to someone who is under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Yeah. And so kind of part and with your friends, and your drink is laced with alcohol, and you are given that drink over 1 hour for attack, and then you sleep together. And also no, I actually had sex with someone. And yes, and yet we're under the influence of alcohol. You can actually report that person to the police. And because you cannot consent when you are in that situation. How many of us I know vakambowona kana kuti vanhu vachienda papati zviye munhu otopiwa doro otomwaka kuti andikasingazivi kuti mune doro futi most of the times obva adhakwa and they start doing everything. Pamwe pacho unogona kutorara nevakomana vakatowanda usingazivi kuti warara nevakomana vakarenti vananorara navo. It happened during my first year paUSAID. Tiri my first year some of the people vandaidzitana vakapiwa drink nevamwe vakomana vangwari vangwasima first year second year third year vakanwa doro and vakarara navo and havatombozivi kuti vakarara nani. They could actually have reported vakomana ivavo, but havana kuripota because vainyara, and they did not go to seek medical help because they didn't know the importance of seeking medical help after such incidents. And nokwanisa kucontracta STI andisika ukwasacha nhumbi handiti vasingazotukamba vashona ndiyani, and vakomana vanotozviziva. Men and boys, they know this kuti zvoni vasikana vanonyara handiti kunzi vakarara nemunhu, saka hatomboenda unotaura. They know that. ende pamwe chada kuzoripota kai ndikanoenda noripota ndichaenda kukoti kumapurisa eni vanhu vabereki vako vachazviziva handisi ende vachazvibvunza kuti wakanwa doro because they know kuti iwe waumwe doro kana kuti kumba kwenyu kunorambiswa kunwa doro. So they just do those things because they know kuti nimi you are not going to speak up handisika, but it's always good to utaure because you might have consequences later on handisika in your life. And also the importance of seeking medical help within 72 hours after having an unprotected sex. Yakakosha handitika. Kokazona after 5 months kuti what will you do? Handitika. So ndo situations alopindana nawo nevasikana. And also consenting is specific. If you consent to kissing, it doesn't mean that you are consent to having sex. Handitika. You only consent to one thing and not to say so I don't consent out that can be taken so I can touch you wherever and it is reversible also. Nobody to put those foot and touch. And it's my rights. Canada but into the kindness, my God and China. It's okay. You can say that Robert Nasa and this school that and can I better sex than this Robert Nasa and this school that and couldn't the top cut go like every day. We are Puno, one of the Chichi, I just find it. What's going to do a free one command? You know, it's a dish in a system and see it. You might figure out and I find it, you know, and you know what I'm no my relationship and don't laugh at you and don't give up at least can I don't correct it not that you know. Yeah, I know as kind of somebody that desperate for attention and it can so much that at thought of boys we lose ourselves in the process. Now we need to too late. Okay, let's talk about types of gender-based violence. The economic violence. These types of GBV and the Kanyora are more related to domestic violence. You know, my intimate partner relations. This is attempting to make a person financially dependent, withholding access to money, kurambidza munhu kuenda kuchikoro, andisika kurambidza kuenda kubasa, andisika it's actually abuse yaunenge uchitoitwa iyoyo. Hapana munhu anokosana kufanira kurambidza kuenda kubasa, andisika no ini tukadzonga unoperera form 4, handiti kana wakatoperera form 4 wakatoita lucky. There's no A level, there's no college for you, there's no other certificates. No garapana, as long as you can count money and then kusina madomasi nyama zvafanele izvozvo, that's it. Saka actually vasikana vasati varoorwa vari kuno, these are some of the red flags and dzekutarisa when you are in relationships and you just don't marry someone. Well, not one of the tuna issues to go and it's and that control psychological violence and it's someone who intimidates you and it's who threatens physical harm. I'm going to destroy property and I'm force out to Shamwari yako nikadu tutamena yako kwa sababu and it's bakomana no shit and it's you are into tutamena you are right you are kwara you are kaita say and it's trying to control you. Imagine kana shida ro mchiti mkubana nipska. Watu ofukana wasubo. Maiva kote I don't want you to see her. She's bad. No sia. Kani la mwana like emotional violence. It also includes undermining a person's sense of self-worth through constant criticism, belittling one's abilities. Ashiko criticize. I won't. Blouse zikocho wapeka isi chakakushata kudaiso butsi yako aiwa una choice wewe zvinotendesi zvekupiko zvino munachimwe kuti zviwa uzvizivi izvi zvinotoda isusu izvi dai watobvunza inini kauti dai matomirira inini kauti inini zvisiyanai nazvo izvi imimi tai zvekukicheni handiti izvi hamuzvigonezvi like someone anongokufindisa kuti you are not enough handiti you are not good enough, you know. It's violence, because at the end of the day, only person else is not confidence. Not really knowing, am I right? Am I wrong? Am I doing a good thing? Or is this thing that I'm doing, is it good? And this is a compliment. Also physical abuse, and this is don't tolerate no matter how good he is, no matter how managed he is, no matter how much he spoils you, and it's no matter when you are mama, what you going to come and fundis, and it's they are no more because and it's in relationships. I have a teacher, she was so nice to perform to resolve. She died at the hands of her husband. And this, it's so traumatic. Imagine this was tomorrow we are students. Imagine family, imagine and it's because I can't good, let me tell you this. He's good sometimes in all other things. He's good. But I was what I want him for. I don't know what I spent to my present. What did I want Mama? Mama, I so one I want to take my grocery, and it was that I can't rush. But not about my relationship, so I'm not so one up to me. And it's again. Come never got a parent, but because I have a cheat and I don't want to confuse so that you stay in the relationship. And it's so imagine my friends are going down and go to Paul, my dear, because you are in Commano. But you know, I shall come to a Shamwari you want to go to downwards in I'm to have some Samaruba when you move chat. And the Pano who wrote, I'm telling you later. And so we should always look for my red flags. Why physical abuse? Because later to ask like not offer like to offer and economic violence. We're not gonna suffer, but we watch suffer. But physical abuse, because I deal with massive violence in the violence. This year alone, I have seen 2 girls back up and because as a result of physical abuse. And you know what? The physical abuse you see in now. You might enjoy all the other benefits, but don't tolerate physical abuse. We have had people who, it's affect in my line of work because of that. So please stand on also sexual violence and forcing a partner to take part in a sexual act when they do not consent. But these are some of the types of gender-based violence, human trafficking. This one is interesting because and we want to have jobs. Not to Saudi Arabia, and and Saudi is very attractive. And you want to go there. But traffic, if you hate about that, this other country and you go there with excitement, take us out to Motkara, then you go there. I will soon give you go nowhere and uchishandiswa kana kuti unoshandiswa basa usingazorore and some people vanga vasingatombozorore kugara pasi vaingogara pasi for a few hours vasingadye chikafu chiri healthy futi vachishandiswa vanhu vanokuona kunge maanimal. So you just have to be careful. Anditika vasikana mabasa tinoada but sometimes ngatimboitawo ivo research yakanaka of where we want to go. Child marriage. This refers to a marriage where one of the spouses are below the age of 18. It's a child marriage. Below the age of 18, it's a child marriage. form of abuse, and it's violence actually. And also online and digital violence, it's YeMwanasikana, and it's got cyberbullying, mistreatment. And someone can actually bully you, see that of this, and it's got Matosangana, this Facebook, comment, and you can actually be moved and non-consensual sexting and drugsting. And also signs of abuse. My signs that I think I'm going to look out for is young women, is also criticism, extreme jealousy, isolation from family and friends, pressure to have sex, pressure to use drugs or alcohol, intimidation and threats, and also mood swings. And these are the signs that you can look out. These are the red flags. And this person a potential abuse. And or what? Where can you report? So these are the few organizations that I managed to get on that. Those situations, those vanhu vanofundira kuti varikuitwa gender-based violence kana kuti vatokuudzai. These are some of the places. Also, kupolice ndakangonya kuti nearest victim friendly unit police. Pamapurisa kunonzi victim friendly unit is where we go. And it's not good. For medical attention, adultship, the family support trust, no maneko. Wind that down. Unogona kutatata within 32 hours medication so that our contracting diseases and also to know about even the value of cancer and wanted pregnancy are also eating and so medical attention is actually eliminated for the person and you get to go to sexual violence and so in case some of these might happen to you, but you may meet and it's Vana, Pascana, or even a woman, and you are actually the you can actually work by training this organization. So this is the end. Change, so analytical, you should